Our next speaker is a physician turned entrepreneur. We've heard from the founder of his company earlier this morning, but he's here to tell us a little bit more about the medical side of the equation. So please welcome to the stage FSD Pharma's Dr. Raza Bokhari.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Well, I am a naturalized American in this group, so I hope you won't hold that against me. And if any of you would want to take a restroom break and walk out, I won't hold that against you either. But I am really happy to be here this afternoon. My American journey actually began about nearly 30 years ago, I think 27 or 28 years ago precisely, from actually the city of Toronto. So anytime I get asked to come to Toronto for any purpose, I actually find great pleasure and privilege to come here, and especially today, I'm very happy to be here, especially since we are one of the sponsors of this conference. And so we're happy to sponsor this new Green Frontier conference with many other sponsors that are here this afternoon. This morning, my co-chairman and founder, Anthony, has already taken the thunder away from everything that I was going to say. So you already know everything and anything that you need to know about FSD Pharma. We are, I think, situated east of Toronto in the town of Cobourg. It's a feel-good town, and we're feeling pretty good because we are building the largest indoor hydroponic licensed cultivating space in the world. If we were producing at full capacity today, canopy growth at 2.8 million square feet will be a distant second because we have 3.9 million square feet of land that would give us a capacity of 400,000 kilogram. And I think if you do the math, that adds a whole lot of revenue into our balance sheet. But for 2019, all big journeys, a 1,000-mile journey starts with a first small steps, and we have taken these steps. We have a 25,000 square feet facility. We are finalizing our first phase growth of about 220,000 square feet with our developing partner Oxley, and I think, conservatively speaking, by the end of 2019, we should have about at least $32 million in revenue, and conservatively speaking, at the end of 2020, we should at least have $132 million in revenue from the recreational piece of our business. I am a serial entrepreneur. I have been very fortunate that I realized the American dream by building and developing companies in the healthcare space, especially in the diagnostic space. And I've been very fortunate. And as a serial entrepreneur, I have always put my own wallet on the table, and I have built companies. But this is the first time that I am been fortunate that I am actually a hired executive. And I am very proud of that the founders of FSD Pharma have engaged me as an executive to execute on their vision and mission, not to just build the largest recreational facility in the world, but also to become the world leader in the cannabinoid space in the medicinal aspects of the potential of the medicinal aspects of cannabinoids, especially the synthetic cannabinoids and the biosynthetic cannabinoids. And it is in that quest that I was fortunate that they asked me to first join their board, and then subsequently asked me to not only co-chair their board, but also to take the position of interim CEO, to build a global company both in the biotech pharmaceutical space as well as in the recreational space. You have to start by people. And this is the mandate that I have, and we are assembling at FSD Pharma to start off a team of world-class people. We have begun that process. I am just the beginning, so I will be dwarfed by the time we assemble the set of people that will lead the charge in both aspects of our business. So I'm a placeholder. Stay tuned for some good business, for some good news from our business. But I believe in this. As an executive, I do bring some entrepreneurial spirit into this engagement. I have taken this position in a role where I am doing this and I hope my lawyers permit me to say that. If I am somehow overstepping, this could get me into trouble, but all entrepreneurs tend to get a little eccentric, and I sometimes love the sound of my voice, but nonetheless, my employment is a token $1. So my interests are aligned with the interest of the shareholders and stakeholders of this company. I have a very big upside. It is publicly known. I have a little over 40 million stock options. I want to see those grow well. I do very much believe in the promise of the recreational piece of this company, and I also very strongly believe in the potential of the medicinal aspects of this company, and we have in that context have identified a NASDAQ-listed company, Therapix Biosciences, that we announced an intended acquisition with our stock for $48 million. We were very happy and very thrilled that we, as a young company on the Canadian Stock Exchange, not even a year old, were able to go and acquire a NASDAQ-listed company that is advancing world-class research and development on the synthetic cannabinoid molecule, advancing the work of who's named as the father of medicinal cannabis, Dr. Raphael Mechoulam. He's from Tel Aviv, Israel. I may have butchered his name a little bit, but I was in Tel Aviv until Friday, and I was on a site visit of the facility, and we met all the very fine researchers that are focused and engaged in doing some research on clinical trials, on 4 active clinical trials, on 4 compounds. Some on the entourage effect, where on the platform of PEA platform, and being a recovering physician, I should actually know what PEA stands for. So if anybody wants to know that offline, I'll be happy to actually share that. But it's combination with THC or CBD. There is a potentiating effect, and that helps unlock treatment plans for several diseases of the central nervous system, the autoimmune system, and musculoskeletal disorders, including chronic pain, and trying to counter the opioid epidemic, which certainly has United States under siege. And I also believe that Canada is also is impacted by the scourge of the use of opioids, and essentially it is a pandemic across the world, but particularly in the Western Hemisphere. So there is we are very excited to not only see that we work through the details. Usually the devil is in the detail in such acquisitions. Like all entrepreneurs, they tend to stretch the truth a little bit. I plead guilty above all, but nonetheless, we are going to do our best to finalize the transaction. It also has demonstrated the strength of our stock, that we can do a all-stock deal. Hopefully sometime by Q1 of 2019, we are able to finalize that and continue to focus on the medicinal aspects of cannabinoid. Before I get the hook and get pulled off the stage, another big focus besides building our leadership team, and I think there is an announcement in the making, and please stay tuned for that. I am the interim CEO, so we are desperately looking to put a CEO in place that you will all be very, very happy to read about. But also we are strengthening our board. We have announced our intent that we will we are going for a full NASDAQ listing, and we need to. There was earlier a conversation of having women on the board. California actually is not intending to do that. California actually requires now women on the board, and we welcome that. And also we must have our board that should be, majority of those should be independent. Somehow the founders have co-opted me by now making me their CEO, so somehow I've lost my independence. So I think I'm one of the insiders. So we have added people on the board. We just recently announced that we had David Urban, who is a Washington insider that we have put on our board, and we have a few more announcements that are in the making. So we are trying to build, assembling good people around us, as they say. An A team with a B plan always gets attention. An A plan with a B team never gets attention, but we are very fortunate. We have an A plan, and we're also assembling an A team around that. So I'll be happy to take any questions, either offline or online. I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to speak to you all. And I am really happy to be here today at this new Green Frontier Conference, because it resonates very well with what we are looking to do, which is that we are trying to bring the frontiers of tomorrow in medicine. We're trying to bring them today through advancing research and development in the cannabinoid molecule. Thank you very much.